Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of NC-17. And today we have a very special guest with us. We have who I think is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the entertainment industry, and that's Miss Amber Brooke. How are you doing?
Oh, that was so sweet. I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good, pretty good. Uh, so before we get into your films and just your passion for what you do, kind of give a little bit of backstory. Was movies and stuff what you want to do as a child, or what did it just happen overnight?
Actually, yes, I definitely wanted to be in the movie industry. I always pretended that I was going to be on a little red carpet and I was going to give my Oscar speech and but yeah, it just kind of fell into play. That's what I wanted to do, but I never thought that it was going to happen. I was like, no, that's just childhood dreams. But here I am.
That's right. Yeah. Uh, Before we get into the movies, you also you're a fan of tattoos. Uh, Tattoos are awesome. That being said, my entire back's done. But do you
Heck
have a
yeah.
specific tattoo that you would say would be your favorite?
Um, I guess one of my favorites is gonna have to be the one I got after I was in Friday the 13th Vengeance 2 Bloodlines. I got this guy here because in the movie I get stabbed in the chest and my boobie pops out. And so it's a little clapboard and a knife.
uh, uh, so speaking of Friday the 13th Vengeance, uh, you were in there with some actual people from the Friday the 13th movies. Did you find that intimidating, or were they welcoming since you guys are kind of continuing the tradition of Friday the 13th?
Well, on set, I didn't get to meet any of them, unfortunately. I did get to meet Paul Taylor, though. He was cool. He was Pinhead in Hellraiser Judgment, so that was really cool. He was really nice. But I did meet Darcy DeMoss on the set of 259, and she is a gem. She is just like you want to pinch her cheek, so cute and just so sweet.
Oh, yeah. Uh, so when you got the script for Friday the 13th and you were reading, everything that was going on, what was your first initial thought?
This is so much fun. Going over it, it's like, yes, there's so much carnage. There's so many awesome plots and storylines and all the character arcs and everything that this was it. When Jason gave me the call back and was like, "Yeah, we want you to be in it," I about shit myself. Like I was very excited. Like, yeah. So I ended up getting to play like the leader of the stoners. So,
Yeah.
which is so not me, but like this is perfect. I get to play a greasy, like badass stoner chick. Like I'm here for it. I was so impressed by the script and everything that Jason had told me. It was just so exciting to be involved with that movie.
Oh yeah. So I actually had the honor of meeting CJ Graham, who played Jason in Friday the 13th Part 6, and who plays Mr. Voorhees in this one.
Yep.
Uh, and when I met him, this was about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I asked him, I was like, "So, what's the new stuff you got coming up?" And he brought up Vengeance. And I was like, "Cool. So, I see you're working with Tom Matthews and Darcy. But are there any other cast members that kind of stood out to you?" He said the entire cast overall, from beginning
Aw.
to end, was awesome. So, and then when I saw it, he wasn't lying. You guys did a great job.
It was very well done. Such a great fan film. I mean, it doesn't even look like it could be a fan film. It looks like Hollywood produced it. Cody killed on the cinematography and Jason with the directing. Get out of here. Like dream team right
Oh
there.
yeah. Uh, then your next project, which I think came out 2 years later, was another Friday the 13th. Jason escaped from hell.
Actually, we're still filming that one.
Oh, okay.
So that one's gonna be filmed soon. Yeah, they're just I don't know what they did with the IMDb there, but we actually have a group chat going and we'll be filming that soon.
Oh, okay. Well, if you could give a little synopsis without spoiling anything about that one.
I actually don't know too much about it. It's kind of a hush hush, but I play like a soldier. I play a
Okay.
badass.
So
As
so
always.
you went from stoner to soldier. That's a big jump.
Still starts with an S.
There you go. You have some other movies coming up too. I just saw the trailer for Amityville Barbie. You play Ashley Williamson in that one. But you also do your own stunts in that movie.
Yes, yeah, I had so much fun. It's not the first time I did my own stunts, but it was the first time it was more extensive. But being hooked up to a harness and being hoisted up by a bunch of dudes, it was so much fun. I felt like I was flying. It's like, oh, let's do it again.
Oh yeah. Would you say that going from the Friday 13th Vengeance to Amityville Barbie and Birthday Bash, and which we will discuss here in a second, but would you say that it's drastically different on, well, the sets are definitely different, but is it drastically different in like demanding on your body?
A little bit, not too much. Friday the 13th, I did have to get thrown against the wall and face Jason. He's not that scary. Yeah, coming for you. But that wasn't anything really. I kept telling them like, can you just throw me out the window? Like, throw me out the window. I want to go. I'm like a go big or go home type of gal. So
Oh yeah, ain't nothing wrong with
uh,
that.
no, it's fun. But with Amityville Barbie, it was definitely a more extensive, and I got to learn more like fight choreography with a choreographer, which was really, really cool. I'd love to keep doing more of that because I have a lot of dance background. I've been doing that my whole life. And for me to like learn choreography, like fight, it's still like dancing. So it was fun and it came kind of easy to me. So I want to keep doing stuff like that. But it's a little bit more extensive for sure. It not too bad. I mean, it's stuff that I'm used to. I beat the shit out of myself doing dance, so it's a piece of cake.
Oh yeah. Uh, let's talk about Birthday Bash. So little's known about this movie. Like I don't, yeah. So there, a synopsis if you can.
So this one's a horror comedy. We are actually going to start filming in May. So I play a succubus.
Okay.
So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be like quite a fun one. Jen and Abel are fabulous people. They have some great movies under their belt. I know they just released The Gift or Dr. Gift, and it was with fuck, why am I blanking? My brain, I put myself on the spot. So it's gonna be a good film. They just released it. I know they did like a premiere the other day, so check that one out too. But they're another dream team you want to work with.
Oh
Yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I know I'm a succubus and I'm here for that.
yeah. You also have 259. You mentioned that one a little bit ago.
Yeah.
You play Heather Gerard. Did I get that last name right?
Yep.
Okay. I suck at last names. First names, I got them all day. That's why I'm Brooke. I'm happy with Brooke.
Yeah, that's perfect. I always go by my first and my middle name to make it so much easier. And I haven't changed my last name yet because I recently got married in September, so I haven't done all of that yet. So this works just fine.
Uh, Congratulations.
Thank you.
So if you could give a synopsis on 259 and kind of how your character plays into the movie.
Okay, so this is a really good one. I mean, they're all really good, but this one is actually a possession horror story, and it's based on true events.
Oh,
So, yes, that's it makes it even more interesting and more like it keeps your attention because you're like, really, this kind of stuff happened to somebody, like so it's very enthralling. So the director is actually Cody Newton, and he was the cinematographer DP on Friday the 13th Vengeance 2, and a million other absolutely wonderful projects. So we actually had Ryan on set. He was the one who experienced this stuff. So he was there helping out on set because he does all of that as well, but also kind of telling us a little bit more about what he experienced. And we're like, oh, is this like after we're done acting out a scene, we're like, was this what you went through? And like stuff like that. And he would say, yeah, yeah. There was one scene in particular that really kind of like pulled on his heartstrings. And he said, yeah, that's like exactly how it went. But it's really cool. I play his girlfriend and I can't give too much away because this movie is almost done. It should, he said, I actually talked to Cody yesterday and he said within a couple of weeks or like a week out. But he wants to do like a premiere in May. So that would be really cool. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I that was the first time I did my first stunt too. It was on 259.
All
It
right.
was I kind of threw myself over top of a table.
uh, so doing your own stunts, do you find that more like exhilarating for the character or for yourself, or is it kind of mutual beneficial for both?
Both for sure. Because you're in that moment and you're kind of feeling what that character is feeling, and you being able to do your own stunts kind of like plays into that character very well. Like if I wasn't like up flying around like, as Ashley Williamson, I might not have been able to portray her as well. But I don't know. Ashley's a great character.
Uh,
Um, yeah, yeah, like throwing myself over top of the table, you're getting hyped, you're getting freaked out because this demon is trying to freaking kill you. So you throwing yourself is giving you more momentum and it's hyping you up more and it's making you feel in that moment. So yeah, definitely it's actually a really good thing. I recommend
uh,
doing your own stunts.
it gives more authenticity to the film, if you ask me.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah. Uh, we got about two more movies, and then there's other questions I'd like to ask too. You got Ombus Alien Invasion 2. You play Tina. Can you give a synopsis on that one?
So my good friend Adam is the director on this one. There is an original Ombus. You can watch that. It's fun. It's a fun alien movie. It's my first sci-fi, and there's a lot of green goo. So much green goo. Just aliens trying to take over everything and taking over people, and it's so much fun and really messy.
Uh, and then you got Days of Sodom, a Crow fan film.
Yes, so that we just went to Baltimore to film. I play kind of like a gangster.
Okay.
I'm the only girl in the group of bad guys, so that makes me pretty cool, I would say.
Yes.
Like I'm cool enough to hang with the guys. But yeah, so I got to hang out with Maven Huffman. He is the leader of our little group of delinquents. And he is so sweet, such a nice guy. So he's so caring, very nice to work with. This film is going to be really beautiful. It's going to be very well done. With the release of the new Crow, we needed something. Let's say that. You get what I'm putting down. We needed something as a huge Crow fan myself. Like we needed a film that paid a little bit more homage to Brandon. And
Yes.
this one does for sure. Also, a spoiler alert, it hasn't been announced yet. There's going to be another fan film coming. That's
Okay.
all you do. Sorry.
Congratulations are in order though, because you just got the lead in The Veil of Silence.
Yes. Yeah, it's
Uh,
actually today, this morning.
you're
Yep.
actually going to be going to Liverpool for that one?
Yep, Liverpool, England. This is my first international flight anywhere, so I'm a little scared. Not gonna lie.
Well, congratulations for that.
Thank
I mean,
you.
that's big. Uh, what advice would you give to somebody who's trying to get into the industry?
Don't stop. Don't stop trying. If this is what you want to do, keep going for it. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not. And let's be real. But as long as you're doing your due diligence, you're looking at casting calls, you are practicing, you're always learning. There are wonderful YouTube videos, there are great acting classes. Just keep trying to perfect your craft and something will happen. Be very diligent for real. Like, I had a really hard time with starting out because I lack a lot of confidence within myself. But I pushed myself to go, and then I went for Friday the 13th. And as soon as I did that, it was like, here's everything else. So don't block yourself from doing it. Don't think you're not good enough because you are. You are more than good enough. But definitely keep trying and learning and join every casting page on Facebook. I mean, if you're in my area, I'm in Buffalo. So we have Casting Buffalo. They're wonderful. They're actually casting a Hallmark movie right now out here. Not my sort of thing, but I applied for it. But yeah, just keep going. Never stop.
All right. Uh, Going back to your Crow comment, so I don't know if you've seen any of my movie reviews because I rate everything 1 to 10, 10 being best, one being worst. I think even in my Crow review, it didn't even get a one.
It's not. I won't watch it. I refuse because, like I said, I'm a diehard original Crow fan. That movie is perfect. There's nothing wrong with that film. That Brandon Lee is the Crow. There is no other Crow. You can't just stop. Just stop right
Oh
there.
yeah. So you mentioned that you just recently got married in September. Does your family ever go on set with you?
My husband is he's one of my biggest supporters. He wants to be a director himself, so I bring him wherever I go. He's at my side, always helping, making sure he'll help me go over lines. I work a 10-hour a day job on top of all of this too, so when
Dang.
I have movies I have to do, we'll sit there and we'll record all my lines and I'll sit there at work and I'll listen to him in my ears. Like, he's so helpful. He was just with me on a version. We were there for 11 days and helped out on set. He actually got a small part in it. So, yeah, we're the dream team.
I mean, that's awesome. I mean, because you ultimately everyone wants the support of their loved ones, and the fact that you guys help each other out, I mean, that's commendable because there's a lot of people out there who just won't.
He's also a musician, so he's gone on tour and stuff. So I will randomly show up and be like, "Hi, I'm here," like all the time. So it goes both ways. We support each other 100%. It definitely should be like that, especially like in like careers like this. Like supporting each other means so much.
Oh yeah. Uh, would you say that out of all the films you've done or you will do, that there was a certain moment that was kind of like it clicked and was like, damn, that was awesome?
Oh yeah, in most of them there were little mo like aha moments, Um, like a version, that one I got to actually improv an entire scene. And that was like really important to me. It kind of like made me push myself a little bit more, which is very important. Um, there was a whole scene written out, and like me going through it, I'm just like, I feel like I need to be in the moment. And they actually let me go ham on it, and it worked out so well. It's so great. That movie is gonna be so good.
You want to give a brief synopsis on that one?
Oh boy. That one is near and dear to my heart because we spent almost 2 weeks on set. We lived with a bunch of the crew members in an Airbnb and we got to know a lot of them, and they're all absolutely wonderful human beings. I got to work with like Angel Bradford, and she is the cutest little thing. And then how the man that plays the professor in this, Demetrius, I adopted him as my father because I love him. He's wonderful. And the producer, Anthony Chila, he is just, I just had an hour-long conversation with him earlier on the phone. We all adore each other. And Celeste, she's a peach. But yeah, so this one is a psychological thriller, which is one of my favorite types of movies. Horror is my favorite, but my all-time favorite movie, you probably never guess, but it's American Psycho.
That's a good one.
It's so good. It's like the mind fuck. It's like, oh, like did this really happen or did it not? I don't know, and you don't know.
Oh yeah.
And Christian Bale, perfect, perfect in that movie. But so this is a psychological thriller. It's about fears. So the professor is trying to help a group of students, college students, face their fears. But he is not doing it in a normal way. And you think he's trying to help, but he's actually kind of trying not to help. Can't
Oh
give
yeah.
too much away, but it's going to be really good. We're completely done filming. It's in post-production and it should be out hopefully. I think he said he's hoping around June-ish.
Okay. Okay. Speaking of ad-libbing and stuff like that, so I don't know if a lot of people know, but in American Psycho, they told Christian Bale during that last act, say whatever you want to say.
Yes.
And I think the thing that draws me into a movie, such as Friday 13th Vengeance, is like, yeah, I like it for what it is, but it's the cinematography, the acting. Just sometimes the dialogue makes a movie better than the actual violence and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it's the chemistry.
Yes,
If you can feel the chemistry between the actors and even you can feel the chemistry between the actors and the cameraman,
yeah,
like you can see that and it just gives you so much of a different experience. Like if you put somebody on set who's just not trying to like vibe with everyone, it doesn't hit the same.
yes, yes. Uh, if you could go back to when you were 10 and give yourself advice for now, what advice would that be?
It's a good question. Do it sooner. It would be stop hating on yourself, Amber, and freaking go and live your dream because I didn't even start this shit until what, 2021? And
Yeah.
I'm 37. So like I started that way late. I'm 37 now, not then. But yeah, like why didn't I start this sooner? Why didn't I just push myself to be what I wanted to be the best version of me? But now I'm never going back. Like, this is it. I have a goal for the year. I want to do as many movies as possible, do as many podcasts, meet as many awesome people, start doing conventions. And I want to get a map and I want to map out all the states that I've done a movie in. And hopefully, in the next 2, 3 years, all those states will be lit up.
Oh yeah. Speaking of conventions, so there's because I'm in Michigan, they have Motor City Nightmares, which is probably at least here in Michigan, the number one premier horror convention. I go every year. That's where I met CJ Graham and Thomas Matthews and buttloads of other people. uh, but they doing a convention scene, I know that it not only puts you out there, but it also shows the respect you have for the fan because you guys are going out of your way to, hey, this is our film, but much more than that, how are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for that, I'm always gonna have mad respect for you guys because you guys are out there doing pretty much what we need. So
I
especially in
haven't done
today's
any
day.
yet. But that's my plan is because around where I live, we don't really have a lot of those. I think the closest one is like Syracuse. But also I think they do like a Niagara Falls like Comic Con or something, but it's not a lot of horror people going to that one. But I definitely would love to travel. Hey, maybe I'll come out and see you.
Hey, you never know. If you do, I can guarantee you one thing. I will rent out a theater and get one of your movies put on a big screen.
That would be awesome.
uh, what would you say is your crowning achievement so far out of all the movies you've done?
All the movies I've done. Hmm, that is a really good question. Pushing myself on a version was probably one of the best. Hmm. Yeah, I'll have to go with that for now. Although I'm 259, I had to push myself a bit too. This is hard. So far, it's a tie between 259 and Aversion, but also like I love Amityville Barbie so much. It's
Yeah,
so
that's one I
good.
actually am looking forward to really seeing because it's like I saw the trailer and I was like, this is right up my alley. So
It's literally exactly what Jessa said. It's Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Evil Dead. And that's literally it. And it's so much fun. And I got to work with Mark. He is in the Stream series. He's a big player. You get to work with him, and he's just so nice. And he's the leader of the demons. He's Basmodius. So he's got to be all spooky, and I got to see him do some really funny things on set. So that's great. This is going to be a good one for everybody. It's a horror comedy, so but it's like there's lots of gore and fun kills and lots of stunts and it's so great. And I get to play one of my favorite characters ever. Huge, huge Evil Dead fan. Huge. Ash Williams. Yes. I gotta wait, hold on. One second.
yep.
Ash Williams is my favorite final girl. I will always say that. I know he's not a girl, but he's still my favorite girl. We got engaged, and my husband and I did a Ash and Linda photo shoot. So that's how much we love that franchise. My character is Ashley Williamson, so it's Ash as a female.
Yeah.
So when he told me that's who I was playing, I was like ecstatic. I was like, "Oh, that's easy. I can play that no problem." I gotta be like I gotta be real flirty, but such a badass. With those his funny one-liners. Oh gosh. I'm so
uh,
glad to be playing an Ash character.
speaking of the Evil Dead series, what did you think of Evil Dead Rise?
I liked Evil Dead Rise. I thought
It
it
was a
was
good one.
really good.
Oh yeah.
Um, I'm still partial to, the regular Evil Dead. Evil Dead 2, that's probably one of my favorites. It's just so funny and so corny. The talking deer head, the dancing deer head. It's great.
Oh yeah. Uh, that's a good franchise. I'm not gonna lie. So, uh, if there is anyone you haven't worked with yet that you would like to work with, who would that be?
Oh boy. All right. So one of my long-term goals is I want to be in a Tim Burton movie. Got to do it someday. I feel like him and we'd be best buds. Um, I also want to be in a Rob Zombie film. My husband and I are huge Rob Zombie fans, and to be on set with him and Sherry Moon and Bill Moseley, oh God, I we just fucking love Bill Moseley. But to be on a set with them, that would be the most incredible thing. So I think for actor wise, I would probably die if I got to be on set with like Bill Moseley. And I'm a huge Johnny Depp fan too. Huge Johnny Depp. I don't know if you know, I have him tattooed on my arm. He's up here. Captain Jack up there.
Yep.
My husband has Sweeney Todd on his arm, so huge
Uh,
Johnny Depp.
my wife's a Johnny Depp fan too. She owns every one of his movies except for Nightmare on Elm Street because she don't like horror movies.
Oh no, that's a good one. He gets sucked
Yeah.
into the bed and spit on the ceiling.
But she also owns every Tim Burton movie too. So You and
Oh
her
yeah,
would get along.
we're gonna be besties.
So we have about 8 minutes left. What would you say to any of the cast or crew or just people you've worked with so far? If there's anything you haven't said already, is there anything you'd like to say to them now?
Oh wow. I know I've told them a bunch of times how amazingly talented and wonderful they are. I would probably just keep saying the same things, like how much of an honor it was to be in the same room as them, to be able to interact and act and call them my friends now. Like each set that I've been on, I have taken like home family. So I would start there not knowing these people, and I'd come home and they're a part of my family now. And that's how it should be. Like I went on Vengeance, I was there, I was on set one day, just one day, and I bonded with Cody and Jason, and it was just, and we're still really close to this day. I talked to them both yesterday. Um, and I support all their projects. Check out Death of Snow White. I don't know if you've seen that, any of the trailers or anything. That's coming out soon too. Um, yeah, see, I'm gonna promote the hell out of my friends. That's what I do. If I see someone has an Indiegogo campaign, I'm gonna throw it up there and try and help them. And I just love the heck out of everybody I've worked with and want to see them succeed just as much as I do, if not
Yeah.
more, you know.
Did you want to take a minute to plug your socials and where people can see your movies and just pretty much anything you want to plug right now, even
Sure.
your husband's music?
Oh, of course I will. Don't tempt me with a good time. So you can find me mostly on Instagram. I do have Facebook too. It's amber.brook32 on Instagram, and then Amber Hoffmeister or Amber Brook on Facebook. My husband is August Lee Geithner on Instagram, and his band is Until I Wake. They're very good if you like metalcore stuff. A little bit of screaming, a little bit of singing. Um, but with my movies, only one is out right now, and it's Vengeance 2, and you can find that on YouTube. Highly recommend. It's a gory, fun movie. Everything else, I know 259 will be coming out soon, and everything else is either being filmed or in post-production. So I'll let y'all know.
Oh yeah. Also, the Indiegogo for develop sciences, silence is up right now too.
Yes, that one's up. I'm trying to think of what else I'm doing. There's some that aren't even on my IMDb yet. Um, Dream Slasher, I'll be doing that. That one's gonna be another psychological thriller. Um, I don't know. I don't think the Indiegogo's up for Dream Slasher yet, but it should be soon. Oh, First State of Fear. That one's up as well. That one's gonna be so much fun. It's like a anthology. So it's like I said in the video, it's like Tales from the Crypt meets Creep Show. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. So
Oh,
that one's up. I post about them all the time. But yeah.
all
So
right.
many.
It has been an honor and a privilege having you on. And like I tell everybody, once you're on NC-17, you can come out here anytime now, even if it's just say you got a booger in your nose.
I might.
Well, I clean mine out every day because someone tried to call me out. So no, just but no, it has been a complete honor and thank you for coming on and keep doing what you're doing because we're gonna keep watching because you are a kick-ass rock star.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on, and maybe I'll have you on my live sometime if you're interested.
I am always interested to talk with people. My wife says I talk too much. She's probably wrong, but whatever.
You can never talk too much when it's about horror movies.
There you go. That being said, I own like 20. I own a lot of movies. It's in the thousands.
Holy heck.
It's in all over here and everywhere. My wife was like, "Yeah, you need a new hobby." I was like, "I collect horror pictures." She's like, "You're an idiot."
Like, I don't a new hobby. I just need more storage for my hobby.
Exactly. All right. It has been an honor. And everybody definitely check out Vengeance, Friday the 13th Vengeance. It's on Tubi, on YouTube.
Yep.
It's been a long day. I'm sorry.
No, no, you're good.
uh, and by the way, your hairstyle is rocking right now. So,
Thank you. It's a work in progress. We're toning this up. I might go back to the half and half. I don't know. We'll
uh,
see.
oh, yeah. I did a little shave myself.
Oh, looking fresh.
uh, we're going off the rails now. But no, it's all good. All right, but no, seriously, thank you for coming on. And anytime you want to come on, feel free.
I would love to. Thank you again. This has been a blast.
You're welcome. All right, everybody. Until next time, stay NC-17.
Stay spooky.